So,
I'm Black and Pino J.
what we're bringing you is another review episode of the movie Suicide Squad. That's on HBO Max, and it's also in theaters. This is our review, and after we talk about it, we're gonna give our scores on it. So, first off, Suicide Squad is not based. It's not a reboot of 2016 Suicide Squad. It's just basically a dirty dozen of supervillains trying to save the world or America, what they trying to say. So who wants to start off the review?
Go ahead and start off, Skrills.
All right, basically, yeah, it's kind of like a villainous version of like the Magnificent Seven. Like they're going into a freaking they're going into something they know they're probably not going to come out of, but I mean, at least it gets them out of prison.
Yeah.
And then a bunch of crazy shit happens. It's just James Gunn at his best, man. Like this movie is like there's so many things that happen. And of course, there's going to be spoilers in this later on. At first, when I was first watching it, at the first like 5 minutes, I'm like, "What the fuck is this? Am I getting bait switched again?" Like I was like, "What the fuck?" You know what I'm saying? Like, is this whole movie gonna take place like 3 days before like the first 5 minutes of the movie?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be like, "What the fuck?" But no, I mean, there's a beautiful story structure line. It was kind of all over the place at times with the story, but I mean, again, John Cena was fantastic in this movie as Peacekeeper. Like that is just one of the funniest comic book characters I've ever seen. Yeah. And it's of course Idris Elba is always great in everything he's in, I think. I mean, and then you have what's her name? Margot Robbie is Harley Quinn. She's always she's the only constant
She's
character.
always on point. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then there's a good cast of other surrounding random superhero characters that you've probably never heard of unless you've really dug deep into the DC universe of characters. I mean, of course, they have Boomerang comes back from the first one, and that's really like. And you had Harley Quinn, the
Boomerang,
and
Captain Flag,
Captain Rick Flag,
yeah. Those are really the only three that come back from the original movie, and of course, what's her name that everybody hates? She's just
talking about Viola Davis, Amanda Waller.
Hey man, that scene between her and Idris Elba was crazy. I was like, man.
Hey, Viola Davis, she's a good actress. Dog.
They're both.
She does her thing, man.
Yeah,
she does her thing, dog.
Oh yeah,
dude. It actually, because her character in the comics is I think I would say even a tad worse than what you saw in TV. Because she is willing to kill kids. Like, she's like Nick Fury, but
with no moral compass.
Yeah, that.
Nick Fury, no moral compass. By any means necessary, I'm going to get done what I need to get done.
Exactly.
But so many great moments in this movie, man. Sylvester Stallone as King Shark was cracking me.
My favorite character.
Yeah, King Shark was fantastic.
It was my favorite character. Man, me and my daughter me and my daughter and my wife were watching this shit, and the whole time all three of us collectively are worried if he was going to die. Like when he found those little squid billy looking things and shit. He was like, "Oh, they got a friend," and then it turned out they were trying to eat him. I was like, "No!"
We're like, honest? You're like, what the fuck?
And then we were jumping way ahead, but man, I actually was digging King Shark, and I kind of hope that they use him more in like Aquaman or Flash or some shit. It was dope. He was funny as shit.
They're gonna have him and the chick, the Ratmaster daughter,
Ratcatcher 2.
Yeah, Ratcatcher 2. I think they're gonna have like their own little spin-off thing where they're kind of like that whole part was funny. Like, how the fuck are you the heaviest sleeper in the world? Like, what do you think?
Dude, she had narcolepsy like a motherfucker because he King Shark picked her up and was just about to eat her. But we way ahead though. Like, all right, like the first scene starts off and it's like straight to it's not. It starts off with the Michael Rooker scene as Savant, and he's pretty much like Bullseye from what it seemed like because he took that rubber ball, he killed that bird with a rubber ball and shit, and like the whole. He starts off like he's a badass, and then he kind of looks goofy as shit with the makeup they had him in. That part I didn't like.
And I felt like they did that on purpose because I mean they kill him like right.
They're gonna kill him anyways. So all of them in that first in the decoy squad, pretty much they all look cheesy and shit, except for Pete Davidson's character actually looked legit.
Black Squad.
Yeah. So like they had them pretty much. They were storming Normandy beach pretty much.
Yeah,
the beach of Normandy, and when Pete Davidson's character came out and was trying to say, "Yo, I'm the one that called you," yo, and then they fucking they literally shot his face off. I was like, "Yeah, all these fools about to die." All these fools about to die.
I was mad because I was really looking forward to Pete Davidson and Nathan Fillion in this movie. I didn't even know TDK can die. Like I was like, "What the?"
I don't think he's dead though because they just shot his arms and shit.
Yeah, but then
they shot him too.
They shot they shot bullet holes on him.
Yeah, bro, he got shot.
When I don't know who TDK is because I don't follow DC comics and shit. But when they said that his name was what was it the disassembled man or whatever the fuck the disassembled kid. Yeah, and this dude's arms literally popped off like a He-Man action figure. Not to drudge up bad memories, Chris, but like an old He-Man action figure. And he wasn't even punching him. He was just slapping, Yeah. I was like, that's his power? I said, the kid is dude. What?
That was the thing. They kind of downplayed some of the people's powers, kind of like the Thinker. The Thinker.
That guy was funny though, dog. That guy was funny.
Dude, that was crazy. Like that first scene is nuts. And when Captain Boomerang died, and the way he died, it was a bit unceremonious. The way he died, he's on his knees, he's like, "What?" And then the fucking helicopter, because Mongal had fucked it up and made the helicopter lose control. Yeah. After they were screaming, "Don't do it!" I
think she was gonna die that easily. Like,
but hey, if they have a cheesy ass costume, expect them to die.
Yeah,
there's no way in hell you're gonna let it, except for John Cena, because he had the goofiest costume. With the helmet within the helmet looking shit.
Hey, that's a beacon of justice.
Right, hey, we'll talk about him too.
On your head. No, that's a beacon of justice.
But hey, it's everybody that was in that decoy squad besides Harley Quinn, Boomerang, and Rick Flag.
Yeah,
those are everybody had those goofy ass costumes. I expected them to die. This is. Honestly, the Suicide Squad, the first movie, should have been like this. Like, motherfuckers should have been dying, like, left and right, like they did that first scene. Because in the comics, that's pretty much what it is. Because they get, like, these D-tier supervillains to make them work, do the shit that the
government doesn't want to get their hands.
The government or even fucking the Justice League won't touch. And then they make these dudes do it and all that shit. But dude, Weasel was actually one of my favorites too, dog. And then Pete Davidson was like, "Yo, what kind of dog is this?"
That whole scene. That's why I wish. I hope they had I don't know. That made me want to have the two of them in that movie so much longer. Yeah, the two of them were fucking hilarious. I mean, Boomerang and him going back and forth. It was man.
They could do theoretically, because I know Margot Robbie doesn't want to do Harley Quinn again. She's taking a break. She's taking a break on the character.
She's done a lot of not the Harley Quinn stuff.
So yeah, she's done pretty much everything that Margot Robbie's been in. Lately it's been Harley Quinn related. So she wants to take a break on the character. But if they ever come back to do a Suicide Squad 3, they could do another prequel. We'll do it as a prequel and have that. Some of those people from that decoy squad and have them in there again.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, man, when he popped those arms off, bro, and they didn't come flying at him like Iron Man gauntlets or some kind of shit. They were just slowly moving. And then the military was looking like, what the fuck? He said, ugh. I was like, what? Man, shoot this dude. Y'all let this dude just baby slap him.
Nathan Fillion's cameos are always really.
And then you look at it, and then they cut to Nathan Fillion what? How is he controlling it? And he's like, just shoulders, was like, dude, shoot this dude. Why are y'all doing this?
Oh man.
But and then like the pacing was kind of off to me. I didn't like the pacing of it. They could have saved that for like kind of like the middle, I guess, for like the second act or whatever. They could have just did that way, but they did this time jump where like 8 hours earlier. Then now they show now you cue in Idris Elba's squad and setting that team up.
Yeah, well, that's kind of James Gunn's thing. Like even with Guardians, it bounces back.
He didn't do time jumps like that in the Guardians. But that's not me to play armchair director. But I think it would have been better if they just kept it like because the action, because you start off with heavy action, then you get to just kind of like just drama and dialogue with Amanda Waller versus what's his name, Bloodsport.
Yeah,
Bloodsport.
And him getting drawn into it because Amanda Waller being Amanda Waller, she's gonna be top bitch.
Yeah,
and she's pulling that move like, I'm gonna send your kid to jail, motherfucker. You would do this, or your kid's going to jail. She's gonna end up in here. I'm like, dude, for real? Crazy. The balls on this lady.
Yeah.
Basically, Bloodsport is basically just another Deadshot.
Pretty much. They
they originally thought he was going to be like the new Deadshot. Like they were just going to recast Deadshot, and then they basically just made it.
Like, there was no point of doing that, dog.
Mm-mm.
They didn't.
I know they didn't mention Deadshot either.
No.
So now I guess in the DCEU, two of the best marksmen are black dudes. I guess.
And then Peacekeeper,
and the other one,
Peacekeeper too.
So
yeah, dude, that scene when so Rick Flag gets captured by another military group, and then damn, where'd it go? Hey, this is why this is the trash can fire of news, bro. So they catch up the story to Amanda Waller said like she pretty much redirects the main Suicide Squad to actually go and save Rick Flag or whatever. And what did y'all think about that scene?
It was funny, but it was just like how did nobody step to them by everybody getting killed? It was like, it was too obvious.
The dude opens the thing butt ass naked.
Like, man, my daughter saw that shit. She was like, "I seen too much." I said, "I did not expect that one. Did not expect that one."
It was wild, man. The rivalry between Peacekeeper and Bloodsport was funny.
They did foreshadow what happens between the two of them. He goes, "I shoot smaller bullets that go through your bullets." Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, that was really cool foreshadowing they did writing wise. Later on in the movie, you know what I'm saying? Like
but like the whole what Sir's to get on to what Sir's saying is like, all right, you start the first kill is King Shark, and he's big as shit. It's like me trying to hide in the goddamn bushes and shit, and he picks up dude and just eats. And this dude, he doesn't go down quietly. He's screaming.
Yeah.
Why doesn't everybody in this damn camp hear that shit? And then I started realizing, I said, yo, they're not really fighting back. And they got the one lady, she's humming, like she's singing a song to herself.
Yeah.
And they just picking them off left and right. I said, I don't think these dudes are bad guys. And then when they get to Rick Flag,
he's having tea with the
lady. He's having tea. He's like, boy, you having tea?
It's not tea.
Like, why hasn't the rest of my team said anything about it? We didn't see anybody.
It was pretty wild, dog.
Oh my god, dude!
Is that rat waving at me? Like, what?
hey, that rat was pretty cool. I actually like Ratcatcher's character. I mean, it's pretty much the Rat King for the Ninja Turtles, without being a homeless. Well, no, she was a homeless hobo, so she was the Rat King for Ninja Turtles. She just had all those mummy paper all over her goddamn face.
Yeah,
like the Rat King. But this movie, it was good pacing at once you caught up with everything. Once they did stop doing that time jump shit and they caught up. It's the pacing.
I like the time.
I felt like
I thought it was
like
interesting.
he kind of did like a Guy Ritchie thing with that. You know what I'm
I
saying?
can see that. I can see that.
You know what I'm saying? I felt
because
like
Guy Ritchie does that. He does that kind of
shit.
shit
Make
too.
his own Guy Ritchie style shoot 'em up kind of action movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's James Gunn, and everything the guy does is amazing. Like,
it was good as hell, man.
The Guardians have been fantastic. I'm pretty sure the Guardians Christmas special is going to be hilarious as fuck.
Yeah, they trying to make James Gunn do more DC movies.
Yeah,
and he should.
He wants to do TV.
Does he?
Yeah, he wants to like actually direct like actual TV series. He's thinking with Peacemaker is what I'm hearing, like a Peacemaker TV show.
I can see that being the show.
I can see that.
Yeah, for HBO Max.
Hell yeah, I can see that one.
I mean, because they give him more freedom. DC gives him all the freedom he wants. They said, "Hey, make your movie, man. Do whatever you want to do and make it." You know what I'm saying?
Is that what they said? Is that what they told him?
Yeah. From what I was told, what I've been seeing, it's like
that's why he said
he can do whatever.
Yeah, like that's why he's like, I'm gonna do this last Marvel movie and be done.
They learned from old boy with Justice League.
Yeah, man, but like the whole when Captain Boomerang died,
that was
it was a bummer. But in the comics, man, he died. He's died so many times in the comics. He got shot in the head. He's got Darkseid has even like shot that fucking Darkseid beam where it bounces everywhere.
Yeah,
that's his most recent death was that, and that was like the first issue of this new volume of Suicide Squad they did, and this motherfucker died on the first issue. I was like, God damn.
I wish they would have showed. I wish they would have showed more of the Decoy's powers, like Pete Davidson. I wish they would have showed his power.
Yeah,
and then
I don't know any of these motherfuckers like Javelin. Like, what does a javelin do?
I was wondering what's he gonna throw the javelin. I was waiting on him to throw it.
But when that fool died, and Harley Quinn was like
I was
said,
like, for what?
He said, you can't. He says, take this javelin and and what?
She's like smacking him in the
because she got quiet. I was like, oh man, that fool died.
And of course, she falls in love with the cartel guy. Like,
bro, that shit was crazy. Like everything was coming up Millhouse for her, and then he fucked it up. He fucked it up, and he was like, "I'm gonna kill. I don't give a damn who it is. I'm gonna kill women and children." And then she took that.
I wasn't even expecting that. Like,
she shot that dude with an old Revolutionary War pistol.
And it had Don Nato as the general. If you ever watched Narcos,
yeah, that's where I recognize it from.
Yeah,
I'm surprised you watched that show.
What are you talking about? Narcos good as hell, man. I didn't like that, man.
He watched the Running the Street shows.
You know
what I'm saying?
You won't watch the wholesome shows. You watch them Running the Street shows.
You want to see what his brother was up to. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, I want to see his wholesome family shit. My whole family ain't even here right now. This is some bullshit, bro. I want to.
But hey, they had a whole sequence with how they fell in love and.
Hey, shout out to James Gunn with that though. Like
that was some good ass. That was some good ass shit shooting, man.
It was a rated R movie, and he didn't take the liberties of trying to, have Margot Robbie naked in the movie. That's a shout out. A respectful moral decision by James Gunn.
Yeah, because as soon as they saw the kids, I was like, man, they're about to have her. She's gonna be butt ass naked or something. And then nope, it was actually pretty clean.
The only naked person was the dude in the whole movie.
With the dude who was butt ass. Motherfucker had no pants on. I was like, okay,
wake up, dick hanging out and everything. Pop.
And then when that fool started talking his master plan of what he's gonna do, that villain monologue.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And she's like, I learned to look for the red flags, and when you want to kill women and children, I call that a flag.
Boom.
And I thought this dude was gonna crawl up and hit some alarm system. No, that fool died. I was like, damn. So the power vac. Now you start the power vacuum, and just kind of like how they always talk about the governments in third world countries, the generals take over and it's a big power struggle, and instantly the next general's in line. I'm the president. And
what was with him burning the birds? I didn't understand that.
No, he said it was like a sign of weakness or some kind of shit. But man, let the birds go or something. Just let them motherfuckers go. He burnt them damn birds alive.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
And these motherfuckers, these birds damn near stole the show in the little love scene they had and shit. I was like,
And the
bro,
bird flies up on what's his name's blown off head apart. I was like,
that's called poetic justice, dog.
It
You
is.
talking about Savant Head, dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
another thing. Like they made Michael Rooker. They made his character, or just him in general, just seem like a bitch.
I
Because he came in,
Yeah.
huh?
I heard he wants to do a scavengers show though too with him and Stallone and all.
I'll watch it.
Yeah.
Like the originals.
Yeah, like original scavengers thing.
I'll watch that shit.
Ravager.
But like the way that he started, like he comes in, like he's in solitary, he's bouncing that ball, he kills that bird, that yellow canary looking bird, and then he bitches out at the beach scene once
because he knew he was gonna die.
Yeah, and then she's like, turn around, and then they pop his head off, and they cut back to his body, and then the fucking bird, it's the same breed of bird, is eating his damn neck meat and shit.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, James Gunn, man, hey, director of the year, my boy, so far. This right now, this is about the best superhero movie I've seen right now this year.
It's true.
And then the only one that had superpowers was fucking Polka Dot Man and the Ratcatcher.
Yeah.
No, Ratcatcher didn't have
uses like I don't even know what that
her,
is.
She used that little wand.
Yeah.
The same one you get from the Dollar Tree and shit that got the fucking spins with the different lights and shit.
Shout out to him too, is the original Ratcatcher. What's the
Taika Waititi. Which I thought was the voice of the fucking King Shark, but that was Sylvester Stallone.
It was, man. It was no.
But like, all right, so now the whole plot of like Amanda Waller's deal is to shut down this Jotunheim project that's going on, and being Amanda Waller is really an ulterior motive behind it.
Mm. Yeah.
And when they get to the scene they have to meet it with a thinker, and that was the dude Peter Capaldi.
Yeah,
but he was in Doctor Strange. Not Doctor Strange. Doctor Who. Doctor Who. And I'm not familiar with this character. I thought it was Brainiac or some shit when I saw the damn trailer and shit.
That's the Thinker.
So who is the Thinker?
The Thinker is supposed to be the smartest man in the DC universe, and they made him look like a total dumbass in this movie. I was like, he was literally the big bad of the Flash third season, and an amazing. The guy who played the General in Sweet Tooth plays the Thinker in that season of the Flash.
Oh, okay, yeah, and
it is fantastic. That season is probably their best season. And it really shows the power of the Thinker in that season, but they made him look like a total dumbass.
He didn't really do much because he knew a lot of the background story behind the monster Starro thing that's inside the Jotunheim project.
Yeah,
but he didn't really do anything smart. You know what I'm saying?
No, they
just kind of held him hostage. And then once they get to the building, to the Jotunheim project building, they got to I guess that they're trying to blow it up, and then they realize that the Starro thing is in there.
Yeah, Gunn just used him as a story bridge for them to get inside the building, basically.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But that kind of character, man, Starro is like in the Marvel comics. They would if it was like a mutant, he would have been like an Omega level threat. You know what I'm saying? And like Starro is somebody like the Justice League would have to fight. Mm-hmm. Or whatever, but like I like how they kept it true to the comics. Like he shoots out those little mini starfish and they hook them to your face, and there wasn't really much to that character. I thought he was going to be more mad at or get revenge on humans, but he just wanted that city and shit. I don't know that. They could have did more with that character.
Dude, that whole scene with Harley Quinn jumping in his eye, that was fucking crazy.
That shit fucking had my skin crawling, bro.
Oh,
and then when the rats started crawling, it started gnawing.
Yeah.
I don't like rats, one. And then when I see shit, because in my mind I'm thinking, man, those rats will fucking bite all kinds of shit. My skin's crawling, and then they're biting the optic nerves and the fucking starfish's eye, and I'm like, oh my god! And my daughter's looking at the baby is looking at me, fucking laughing like, you're freaking out,
dude. Was I the only one? Like, goddamn, how long can a rat hold his breath for? I'm like,
a long time.
These things are,
rats can hold their breath for a long time.
That's crazy, bro. Because I was like, these things are literally just like fish. They're in there just fucking living in there. Like, I'm like, this is crazy.
But say, like, my thing, I thought, I didn't know she was going to use her powers like that, or the rat catcher. I didn't think she was going to use her power like that. Which, because when she was saying, like, when Sorrow was like, this is my city, she's like, no, this is not your city. That's not their city. It's their city. And then this,
it was like New York.
It's like they took all the rats. They took all the rats in New York and L.A. and dumped it in this Puerto Rican city.
It's like living one day in New York, walking by and seeing all the rats. You're like, God damn.
Bruh. And then, because they talk about how Bloodsport doesn't like rats.
Yeah.
Or whatever. If I was there, I would have been shitting all over my goddamn self.
He was, too.
I would have had to wear my brown pants to work that day because them rats was all over him.
I love how they did his helmet though to make it look like the newer version of him, where he actually has a skull.
Yeah,
underneath. I was like,
I did like that one.
That was really badass.
I did.
It reminded me of the what's his name, Raiden's from Metal Gear Solid's helmet.
Yeah, it does. It does remind me of that.
Yeah,
Come to think about it. What y'all think about the Rick Flag, man?
That was sad.
I hate that
no
part,
problems
bro.
with him.
You had no problem with it, bro? You had no problem with Rick Flag dying, dog? I ain't like that part. I ain't like that part, dog.
Oh, no, I didn't. I wasn't expecting him to die.
I mean, you knew it was going to happen once him and Peacemaker were fighting. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it was bound to happen because, like, Peacekeeper was dead set on that hard drive not getting out because apparently Amanda Waller knew that the government was running this Project Starfish. Mm-hmm. Butthole joke.
Starfish is a
slang term for butthole.
You think it has any coincidence? Dude, like for real, Peacemaker has like 8 of the like best 15 lines of that movie. Like it's
normally he doesn't do good in movies except for that one Amy Schumacher movie. Yeah, that's the only one I really like. It's because he's ambiguously gay.
Yeah,
but in this one, he brought that character over.
Yeah,
and he was like, if this beach was covered in dicks, I'll eat them all up if it was for liberty. And and then Rack was like, who would put penises all over the beach? But like he actually showed like that he can play a bad guy. You know what I'm saying? Because he's funny. He does have a charm that he's been trying to sell himself on, but he showed a side of him that he can actually be a villain. So now I'm kind of curious about this Fast and Furious.
You didn't see the Fast and Furious, man?
Hell no.
Hell no, I ain't watching that. No. But I'm curious to watch it now though because I've seen him play a bad guy. But I already know how the Fast and Furious is going to be.
You don't want to see him play Dom's brother.
You never turn your back on family.
No way, those motherfuckers are brothers, dog. That's not believable. That's not believable. It's more believable that The Rock is his damn brother than goddamn John Cena. It's more believable that Jason Statham is his brother.
Jason Statham should be the new bullseye for the Suicide Squad. I am 100% for that.
Are you talking about Deadshot? Yeah, he could be a Deadshot.
Well, they haven't had Bullseye yet, right?
Bullseye's a Marvel character. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, damn. Dude, he would be perfect though for the Marvel.
Bullseye was played by Colin Farrell, man.
Yeah,
I know, but
Colin Farrell and then when they rebooted on the Netflix shit, they changed them up. But overall, man, this movie was good, man. It was way better than the first one. Yeah, this is one of those rare instances where the sequel is better than the original.
Oh yeah.
Because the original
kind of had that feeling with James Gunn at the helm of it, like how could he fuck this up? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He's a huge comic book geek. Like he dove deep into the comics. He made fucking Polka Dot Man badass as hell. Like
he did, and that was the most fucking like obscured character ever. Because he looked like in the comics, even in the DC Lego game, DC villains, Polka Dot Man's in the game. He literally just throws polka dots at it. But they made this version of Polka Dot Man was actually lethal because the polka dots are actually a virus.
They fuck you up quick.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, well, then how bad can it be? But like when they first showed a taste of his power when they were trying to save Rick Flag, and he throws it at the tower and the tower collapses. I was like, oh, okay, that's Polka Dot Man, because that's what he does. But when it hits human skin, that shit fucking ate the people and shit. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. It's like Ebola on call, you know what I'm saying?
Pretty much.
It's like boom, boom.
And that was, dude, and it was like, so pretty much like him dying is with his character dying because he wasn't paying attention. Pretty much,
They
like
killed Martin.
they can Milton.
Yeah, they killed
Like,
Phil.
who is Milton?
That part had me crying laughing.
I'm looking at Julio Cesar Ruiz. That's I'm looking at the cash sheet right now, and I'm looking at the motherfucker's picture right now. But it's who's Milton? And then at the end, after they defeated Starro, then Harley was like, she calls Bloodsport Milton. He's like, my name's not Milton, mate. Yes, it is. We just had a big conversation about it earlier. Come on, Milton.
We spent like 9 hours talking about it earlier.
Oh my god, dude! This movie, yeah. Like, who directed the first one? David Ayer?
I don't remember.
Well, whoever
I think
directed
so. I think it was David Ayer. Yeah, the Ayer cut.
But I know the studio, from what everybody was saying, like the rumors is like behind the scenes, Warner Brothers was really being real constrictive on what they can and cannot do on that movie, like especially with the Joker scenes, and that's what made that first movie suck. I didn't like that first.
I feel like so many people lashed out because of what they made the Joker look like in that movie. Like, a lot of people didn't like that.
I didn't like it.
I like that Joker, man.
I don't want to hear anything from you. You haven't watched Stranger Things or The Office. You're a psychopath.
I like the Joker from the end of the Snyder Cut. That's the Joker that should have been in there. Bro.
That's the Joker that should have been in that motherfucker, to be honest. That's why when I saw the Snyder Cut, I was like, well, damn, this Joker is still Jared Leto. And Jared Leto said that his character had more lines and he had more depth than what they showed. I don't know, man. Like the way that they gave that they gave James Gunn like the freedom to do what he wanted to, it definitely shows. And I hope going forward that they let other directors and future movies get the same kind of range of freedom.
Dude, that whole scene where Harley Quinn escapes, she's like, "What are you guys doing? We came here to save you."
Right. Hey, after she did all that shit and she killed him, and then when she killed the guards, and then she pretty much turned into Deadpool.
Yeah.
Like, you know how when Deadpool got stabbed in the head in the first movie, and then he saw like cartoon characters and all that kind of shit. But with her, it was like flowers. And the blood got replaced with flowers. Like, dudes getting shot in front of their back, and then the blood shooting, but it's like flowers popping out and shit. And then she saw the javelin spear, or the javelin, and it's like glowing. Right, this dude. I want to see more Harley Quinn. It actually made me want to watch Birds of Prey. I didn't watch it. I refused to watch it, but now I'm kind of wishing I.
Why you refuse to watch it, man?
It's on HBO.
I know, but when I saw it, I was like, man, it's. I still had a bad taste in my mouth from the original Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad wasn't that bad, man.
I don't want to hear. I don't trust your opinions.
It was terrible.
That first Suicide Squad movie was bogus.
The only good part about that movie was when Ben Affleck showed up in it. Like, it was like
that's the only thing. That was the only redeeming quality in that shit. Not even Will Smith could have said that shit. Even he was kind of wearing thin on that damn movie too.
Yeah.
How the hell you Deadshot, but you gotta show your damn face and shit.
It was stupid. It's because it's Will Smith. I gotta show my face. I
like this, like how this one did. Like, Idris Elba was willing to wear the helmet and take the helmet off. It was
top on in shorts.
Yeah. Only thing he had was the gauntlets. He had the gauntlets on and a helmet. And he's sneaking. And him and Rick Flag are doing the Scooby-Doo sneak across the street. What are you doing? We came here to save you.
Details that are fucking hilarious about this movie. Like,
this is well worth a watch, man. I couldn't really find anything bad about this movie.
King Shark crying in the back of the van while they're all in their party.
Yeah. Don't man. Hey, if they had killed him off, because they even threw a building at this dude, he didn't die. He barely missed the building.
Yeah, the whole army shoot him, and they're just
the army was shooting. But when he was fighting Bloodsport, I kind of figured he bullets can't hurt this dude.
Yeah.
And they kind of insinuate that he's a god, like he's an actual Hawaiian or a Polynesian god or something. But it was dope, bro. Now I would have been real pissed if he died because he was like he's hands down my favorite Suicide Squad character.
Not on that dude's skull for like 20 minutes. Of the movie.
Yeah, like it was a Jolly Rancher and shit.
Yeah, man.
No.
Details, man. That's what makes James Gunn movies like fantastic. It's just the details and details on top of details on top of writing and poetic writing and all sorts of different shit. Like he combined everything he does well into one movie on top of being his first rated R movie he's ever directed. So he was able to go bad shit crazy with the gore and all that.
Yeah. I can dig it.
I'm excited for the Guardians Christmas special now. Like really excited.
Well, could y'all find anything wrong with the movie personally?
Like I said, besides the story seeming a little jumbled and kind of the pacing, like I said, I gave it a solid 8 out of 10. Like it was really good. Almost a 9 out of 10. I
give it 8.
I'll give it 8.
Yeah.
I'll give it 8.
It's good. I just, like I said, other than killing a couple of the characters off, they're really funny. Like too quick, I thought, like Captain Boomerang and shit. But I
think that's why I would ding it is because you starting off heavy on the action is cool, but when you start off heavy in action, but it's coming with some consequences though, and we can't really feel for that character. Especially Captain Boomerang, because if you watch the first one, you kind of I like Captain Boomerang or Jack Courtney's version of Captain Boomerang. I like him. So just to see him get killed off unceremoniously like that was kind of like, damn, dog.
He had his arm up with the boomerang. I was like, fucking awesome.
Even at the end, he was like, hey, we had the boomerang and shit. I'm like, dude, for real? You going? So all right, whatever. But it's like I couldn't really feel for it. The Decoy Squad. It only just made me more mad at Amanda Waller and shit because she knew she was doing that shit on purpose. Yeah. She told both teams the same information, but she knew that Pete Davidson's character was going to do that shit and rat him out, and that's what caused him to be a decoy squad. But
that bummed me out too because I was looking forward to. I mean, Pete Davidson's actually showed he's actually a pretty decent actor in the movies he's been in. So I was like, man, like. Him and this guy are going to be going back and forth the whole movie. I was thinking that 3 minutes later, nope. I was like, what?
Wrong again. But yeah, that's the only thing I can think about, man. I'm gonna watch this shit again. I'm gonna watch this shit tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're all giving it 8s.
Hell yeah, 8s all around.
All right. Well,
can't expect a 10 out of 10 out of an action thriller like this. You know what I'm saying? It's not like it's Inception or something. Like it's not.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? It's not like The Dark Knight. You know what I'm saying? You knew coming in, it's not going to be a perfect movie.
It's in the title, man. It's in the title.
Yeah. If you were expecting a perfect movie, no. But it's a good movie.
It's good. Hella good.
Like, it's for what it's worth. Yeah, you get what you thought it was going to be.
It was like visually watching a comic book.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that to me. Yeah. He really had it like come across like you were actually watching a comic book, which kind of reminds me of a movie I watched back in the day. It had Idris Elba in it as well with Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
The Losers.
The Losers.
Yeah, The Losers was good.
I love that movie. It
reminded me of like he kind of took that style of the Losers movie and adapted it to this with Idris Elba. Like I felt
it was like The Losers. If The Losers and Guardians was mashed together.
Yeah.
And the style, I'll say the style of Guardians was mashed together. It was dope.
It's also on Netflix. Check it out if you haven't seen The Losers.
Oh yeah.
Hey, so that's our review. The Unintelligent Graduate. That's our review on the Suicide Squad. And thank you for checking us out. And we out. Peace.
Peace.